There we go, you can see it. I need to change the game listing down here. Because the game will be in the title, so I'll just go ahead and make sure you guys know that that command exists. There it goes. I was waiting for it to actually make sound. It sounds okay at the moment. Yeah, this is Skopje 83. This is a first-person shooter mixed with... Oh, I don't know if you can really call it too much roguelite. Oh yeah, let me also get rid of my test timeline. Is the reason why roguelike is somewhat applicable here is you do come back when you die and your situation seems like it changes. I have not actually died in testing, so I don't actually know how death works yet. I purposely kind of left a lot of that to be things we will learn together as we go. But your short version... Oh, I'll just go ahead and pop the store page up for y'all there and then read it for you a little bit. Basically, city's been torn apart by a army of mutants and cyborgs and all kinds of strange, misshapen creatures of that nature. And you get dumped in the middle of that and are expected to work things out. Okay, yeah, there we go. That was the thing I was remembering. Every time you die and come back, the city's changed. Enemies respawn in different locations, the loot changes, and you'll have to kill your way through the city again. Different roads lead to different challenges. I remembered it saying something about the world changing, I just couldn't remember exactly what. And I'll go ahead and let the game speak for itself a bit here at the beginning. There is an opening that I did not watch. I wanted to watch it with all y'all. And it's not kidding, every bullet does count. And thirst is also important, because there's a lot of survival elements to this too. Like a full food, hunger, sleep system, all those. Comparing this to something like Stalker would also not be unreasonable, though I don't think this has any anomalies as such to worry about. We are in a tube. Yeah, that's about how I would feel after being in a tube of green jello, too.
Wake up! Come on!
And put some clothes on, considering, you know, we probably weren't wearing much in that tube. There we go.
Ah, there you are. Rise and shine. No time to explain. Grab that PRP over there.
So there wasn't as much of an opening as I thought. I saw the bit about being in the tube, I skipped that and ended up right here in this very same conversation we're in now. So I assumed that there was going to be some dialogue and such that happened while I was in the tube. Also, my sensitivity feels higher than I remember it being. My mouse hasn't changed, so let me go ahead and just, like, knock that down just slightly. Not need that aim assist very much. Turn the vibration off because I'm not using the controller, but I don't feel like I'm plugging it right now. The aim assist is probably only for when you're using the controller.
Great. Now, You have many questions, I'm sure. Anything you think to ask, I'll probably tell you on my own. If it's important, that is. If it's not, why ask? We don't have time for empty questions anyway. My name is Anna, to answer your first one. And I need your help. Now go.
I don't know, I'm very good at asking useless questions. Like, where am I? What am I doing? Why wasn't I wearing any pants? But I'm sure we're not gonna find out any of those things quite yet. lady voice in our head says it's important we should be moving, so I assume we should be moving. That door's locked. That door is also locked. And what do you know, locked. Alright. Hop on over this. Wait. Yeah, that's what I thought. Seemed too convenient that a storage room would be open to us. This is locked. Nope, guess there's nothing for it but to open this door, because I can't open the... Oh, no, I can open that. Ah, you know what? I'm now torn. Is there something that's supposed to happen when I touch that door? I'm now curious to see if the game is built to react to you knowing about that and doing this. Let's see what happens.
Wait. The bus driver's
Okay,
dead?
just skips to this part.
But how can... Oh, man.
So, ordinarily, when you go to open that door, you'll get the entire area filled with a neurotoxin that will kill you, because the security system's still active. Is this man who's dead here, under unknown circumstances, was supposed to disable it, and he didn't get there. But we can get his audio log and find out what happened.
I gotta do everything around here. Leave some weapons for the pioneers in the storage room, boss. Activate Project Zora, boss. Turn off the security system, boss. Save the world, boss. I'll show you. Where would she be without me, huh? Where, I ask? Wait a minute. What is this? This head shouldn't be open. Oh, why? Lots of wires. Wires everywhere. Take a hold of yourself. Well, I guess I can take some of them with me, you know. My mom always said, a wire in the hand is worth 2 birds with 1 stone.
Doesn't quite sound right, but sure.
This should be easy, like taking candy from a book's cover. This should be safe there, okay. This leads under there, yes. Aha, this is the ground. The power is so...
Well, we know how he died now. He cooked himself, playing with wires. So we want Anna's Project Zora 4. There we go. There, Project Zora 4 is set up and operational. Of course, there's a period of gestation before the Pioneer is ready, but more or less it is out of my hands for now. Or is it precisely in them? I just hope that this is the perfect project which will never have to prove its perfection to anyone. Famous last words? Yeah, that sounds great. Let's go ahead and just pull this lever, shall we? I'm sure nothing bad will happen.
Oh, come on. It's just a scratch. You can heal yourself with the bandages from the storage room. Take the storage security card from the table.
That's this one. Now we go back through the vents, go open this storage room, you said, oh, that needed the key card, and then we can get everything we're gonna need to get started here. And I'm not kidding when I say everything we're gonna need to get started, because there's a bunch of bandages, like we were told, a full first aid kit, another bandage, water, cans we can't have, some chems, some metal, energy drink, a bunch of water, some food, even more food. More importantly, grab this fabric. You're gonna want that later. Trust me on that one. And the most important thing in here, the gun. You're gonna want the gun. Don't leave the gun behind. And notice there's actually more ammo than you can fit in your inventory in here. And I assume part of that's because this can be played in multiplayer, so they probably made sure that somebody playing with others actually, you know, has enough to share. Though, I would assume there's still only going to be one gun, so I don't really know why there's that much ammo entirely there. This is a multiplayer capable game, so that's worth noting. And I did discuss with some people about playing this multiplayer, that just hasn't happened yet. So it depends on whether that will end up happening in the future. Whether that ends up happening overall. Now, obviously, we have a level up there. We'll get to that in a minute. I didn't actually go poke my nose down this hallway. There's nothing here. Look, the sky. It looks a little weird, huh? Sure, there's nothing to worry about with that. It's a lot of purple. It looks almost like it's coming from that tower.
But modded out of its mind. This is not like him. This is not the Gregor I know.
Well, that's also not the robot we know, presumably, so let's go ahead and just put an end to that. Now, you'll notice every time we destroy one of those, you gain some of that purple stuff up there. You'll get a perk every time you fill that meter. So, make sure to do that as often as you can, because I'm sure that'll be important to us as we go along. Now, it's worth noting that I had this running at 120 frames when I was testing this. I've kicked it down to 60 for sake of stream, to keep the CPU overhead down. It does look like it's still spiking a little, so let me know if there's any oddities that happen along the way. And I can still turn things down a little bit more. But hopefully it'll all work fine.
Did I tell you that your body is enhanced? You can do things that normal people can't. Try it out.
But first, let's get that guy before I jump across. No sense running into the waiting arms of an enemy. Yeah, we can dash, which is going to be fairly helpful, probably. Is being the pioneer from the Project Zora, I assume we are, well, better than human.
Anna? Is that you?
Yes, General. It's Anna. Why are you bombing the city?
We're trying to get back any semblance of control we can. The dome went up. We thought you were all dead. Metalski's gone AWOL, and you were nowhere to be found. Any put I send in goes MIA. Higher-ups request a perimeter for a start. And in a week they... what's the situation there?
No clue, General. Some of the citizens are mindless drones and aggressive at that. They're attacking everything that moves. Oh, and I've successfully activated Project Zora.
Well... it's a start.
But General, you have to stop the bombardment. I can't find out what's going on if there is no city left.
Anna, I would if I could. But this isn't even the worst of it. In a week, they'll drop the big one. Listen, I'll see what I can do, but you have to hurry. You know, I'll be in touch.
Pioneer, I trust you. We need to work together and find a way to disable the dome and let the military inside the city. No, I don't know how. But let's get out of here and find out.
Great. So they're bombarding the city we're in. If this dome's such a big deal, how is it a problem that they're bombarding it, admittedly? Because it looks like the shots they're sending at it are just disappearing. But I guess the dome won't hold forever is the idea. So if they continue to bombard too much, the city will just be destroyed. Not sure about the idea of letting the military in here, but you know what? I don't think we have a choice. It's that or get bombarded and potentially nuked. You don't have to worry about losing ammo when reloading, by the way. I was worried about that at first, but when I was testing, it didn't seem to be an issue. We don't have room for any of these things, huh? How's our meters looking? We may as well top up. So we'll just go ahead and eat that and that. You see, there's your food, water, and exhaustion meters. You can have 3 weapons equipped at a time. Obviously, we're going to want to keep all of our meters in good shape, because you do actually, like, significantly slow down the more thirsty you get. It doesn't stop you sprinting, but your sprint gets slower. Now, Now, this pistol may seem impressive right now, but trust me when I say if you don't hit the head, this pistol doesn't really do too much. You're gonna want to be careful where you're aiming. To say the very least. Which is why you keep seeing me hit the deck every time I start shooting. Figure a little bit of extra stability can go a long way. So it doesn't seem like it's tightening my aim much. So it may just really be force of habit. Doesn't seem like there's anything else over here. We do have a map on our little device here, by the way. The city's pretty big, as you can see. We've got a specific goal in mind right now. We need to get out of here. And if that's not specific enough for you, we've got a very particular thing we're heading towards in order to get out of here. And it'll be interesting to make use of. We just gotta get there first. I'm also making sure to loot, because we need everything we can get our grubby hands on. As long as I can fit it in my pockets. Like this ammo that I can't fit in my pocket. Also got Laser Granny over here. Similar case of a couple good taps to the head will take care of their business. But I didn't have access to the head, so we'll just make do. Because the cannon does seem to block headshots if you hit them from any angle other than the front. But it's fine considering there's all of this ammo just chilling here. And yes, I'm going to keep calling those laser grannies because that's what they look like, so that's what they are now. Even more food and water. Let's leave that alone for the moment, because I don't need it. Those guys are bad news, by the way. They explode. Just in case you were worried that there wasn't much to worry about right now. Yeah, with lots of bandages, but no weapons. No wonder all of y'all are dead. None of you had weapons. What were you thinking? It really looks like it's a military base of some kind, but apparently nobody was armed. And I guess if they weren't expecting anything to happen, they wouldn't be heavily armed, but you'd think at least a few of them would have been carrying a sidearm. Arm on duty, just in case. After all, you got guys wandering around with gas masks on, so... if you got a gas mask on, maybe you should have a weapon on as well. There we go, there's our first level, and you get to choose from between these three. We can increase our speed in general, or increase our sprint speed, or make us run faster with melee weapons. Let's just increase our speed across the board. Because that'll increase our sprinting speed too, from the looks of it. So, that's well worth having. Yeah, all of these guys are going to try to melee you at the moment, aside from the laser grannies. Which is why I prioritize those first, as you might imagine. Shocking concept, that. Not wanting to be shot. Okay. Just double checking to make sure everything was capturing correctly. Yeah, I would assume that meter probably is going to take more to fill the more times we fill it. That would just make sense. I have to top up my ammo. I could top up my health a little bit, but honestly, we're not missing much of any. We are getting tired, though, so that's going to be an issue. We have a solution to that issue, though.
Almost done. That lever controls the gate.
Yeah, that
Open
lever
it
over
so
there.
you can leave this place.
We're gonna quickly do that because I'm going to get real tired otherwise. Ooh, where? Ah, you.
Great. He parked the bus up front. Pioneer, enter the bus. I mean, Dom. You will be safe there. Welcome, Pioneer, to your mobile base. Or
I
as
need
the
to
bus
clear
driver
these
calls
guys
it,
from around the bus,
Dom.
though.
Here you can craft, upgrade, and most importantly,
Ow.
rest. And the best part? You can drive it around so your dome is always close by.
Most people are probably more comfortable when their dom's close by. Anyway. We can upgrade it to have, for example, a bed in it, which we're gonna need for this whole not passing out thing. And, my favorite thing, increased backpack space. You can also make bandages, ammo, thermoses full of supplies, other weapons like this pipe we'll be making in case we ever run out of ammo. There's the thermoses for said tea, soup, and coffee thermoses. You can even make a special electro spike ability, but we need storage for that first. So there's quite a bit you can do, but first... how are we looking around? Looks like we're alright for the moment. Let's take a nap. I wanted to make sure there was no more enemies, like, right next to our bus first. The bus does have a health bar. I would not recommend letting your bus be destroyed. I feel like that would be inconvenient. A3 already. But you can freely drive the bus all you want. You have total control over where the bus goes. You can even drive it in first person if you want.
See that tower over there? I have an idea. Go closer to it. This tower is part of a network of towers placed all around the city. They give power to the dome protecting Skopje. If we find a way to disable them, the dome will fall, and the army can enter and help us. Now that will be easier said than done, seeing as Gregor made them all with unique security systems, and I have no idea what he did. You can use the power stored in the towers to improve your abilities. Try it out. Interact with the center machine.
Great security system he has here. I was able to just push a button and walk in, and now I can just touch this and break it. So, Pioneer reloads pistols faster. Pioneer gets 2 medkits. Pioneer can activate their utilities more often. Let's go ahead and reload faster. And there we go. It just explodes.
It's working. Keep disabling them until the dome falls.
We are hungry. We should probably eat. We're also dehydrated. Because our meters were going down while we were sleeping, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, the energy drink probably would have also solved our tired problem. But I knew the bus was close, so there was no reason to burn resources quite yet. It also needs fuel, by the by, so bear that in mind. Now... You know what, let's go to the worker residence area. That seems like that'll be a great place to get supplies from. Get back on the road, that's probably a good idea. Now, do bear in mind, this bus does in fact drive like a bus. So, your turning radius is going to leave a little bit to be desired. You can run enemies over, though, which will get you experience. So if you want to just farm some early levels, just run everything over. Saves you ammo, beats up the bus a little bit, but you know, the bus will be fine. There we go, there's level 2. From bus-related combat. Thought I was gonna clear that. Turns out it didn't fit. Let's see what our second perk is. 2 medkits, activate utilities more often, or more speed. More speed! So we can run from our problems when we need to. Now, I don't know what I can and cannot go into yet. That's gonna be the fun part. It's figuring out what doors actually exist. And we're actually going the wrong way to go to the residential sector that I was aiming for. Oh, you didn't die. You actually have to hit them going at actual speed for these robots to die. Looks like we're gonna have to cross the water to get to where I want to be. Oh wait, no, that's not water. Just looked like water. We gotta cross these barriers, though. What I probably should actually do is go on the road. What if we just went this way? Answer, I would run into a bush and not be able to see how to get around it in third person. The good thing I'm a decent driver. I would never claim to be a good driver, but I'm a decent driver. There's a bomber. You can actually defeat the bombers with the bus. Not actually that big a deal. It may sound like a bad idea, but it's actually surprisingly not bad. I learned that in testing because I wanted to find out. He nudged me to the side enough that I hit that other bus. Did I mention that I'm much worse at driving in first person than I am at third? But it's fun driving in first person. There we go. Now we're in the area I was trying to get to, because I'm curious to see what'll be different over here. Looks like a fire station here. Let's go ahead and just pull in. Maybe not. There's enemies in there. Park outside. Fire station might have some goodies. Some heavy ammo. Lots of heavy ammo. Now we just need a weapon that uses heavy ammo. Payphone, I assume? Oh, getting hungry. Also, take note of the fact that it takes time to heal, so be careful of that idea. You would not want to be caught out while healing. That'd be a fast way to get dead. Okay, these don't have anything in them. Alright. Can I loot these? No, I cannot loot the fire engines. Ooh, I can get a craft blueprint, though. That's honestly worth having come in here already. Got some ammo, got blueprint. Looks like there would have been no reason to pull inside, so I'm glad I didn't. Yeah, we're right on the border of Chair West. Might be worth going in and going over to whatever this is. It seems pretty significant. I'm really curious to see how some of this is going to interact in multiplayer, like the bus itself. Is like, I don't know if there's seats you can actually sit down in the bus. If there isn't...
Pioneer, don't forget about the towers. It's the only way we will get some help here.
Yeah, I heard you, Anna. I'm doing stuff. I gotta get at supplies and weaponry, after all. Ooh. This looks like it'll be fun. I'm glad that worked exactly how we all expected it to. Too many of them survived for my taste, but you know. Oh, he had a hammer, it looked like, that he was coming at me with. Oh, hi. This is why we have the pipe. Those guys that decide had to get up close and personal. There we go. Looks like I might have been onto something. If they've got a roadblock like this going on here, there might be something important there. Bus has seen better days, but it would have seen even worse days if I had let these barrels go off on it. This looks important. We are burning through my ammo fast now that we're not getting constant supplies of it. Medkits, damage, or sprint faster. Let's get some damage. Damage seems like it'll be useful. Just drink that water bottle down. Some chems. More chems. This might be a hospital. Yeah, this is definitely a hospital based on the cross there and the wheelchair. That's exactly what this is. This could be huge supplies for us then. Does seem like the AI in this needs a little bit of work, considering I shot her and she just ran over there and went looking around like, huh? Who hit me? What happened? They're a little dim, but maybe they get better later in the game. All this. Now, this came out not too long ago as well, so bear that in mind. There's going to be things that'll get cleaned up and things that'll change, I'm sure. So far, it performs and plays quite well. Just a little bit on the easy side so far, which isn't the worst thing. Starting off easy is okay. Blueprint. First aid kit blueprint. Grab some batteries. Like, so far, my biggest complaint is a lot of these containers are not very impressive. That's better. That's a bit better. All I had to do was complain, apparently, and things just start working out for me. Not sure why this is floating, but I'll just take that so we don't think about that too hard. Lots of heavy ammo for the heavy weapon we still don't have. But I may have jumped the gun and gone to a place where I wasn't supposed to be quite yet. By just driving over here instead of staying in the zone we started in. Hard to say, really, on things like that. Ooh, defense booster. That sounds like it'd be useful. I'm assuming, though, it's only temporary, so I'm not that into it. But I'm not opposed to it, either. Hungry again already. I swear I did not get hungry this fast when I was testing this, but I also didn't play for that long. I just kind of zoomed off in the bus to a random spot. Not to see how everything moved. We are getting a decent amount of food and water, though, so I suppose it only makes sense that you'd get hungry pretty quick. So admittedly, got a lot more water out of this hospital than I expected. I kind of figured, you know, probably some medical stuff in a hospital. Which we did get a little bit of bandages and such, so... Not a complete bust there, just not as much as I expected. Let's see about those blueprints. Ah, there's Crafty. Pioneer gains bonus resources when looting resources, but I need a workbench upgrade and a storage for that first. Storage, I need some more batteries and some more scrap. Okay. And these need a lot of everything before we can really last any longer. Oh yeah, it was a first aid kit that we learned. Oh, those are cheap to make, actually. Just some chems and some fabric and one bandage. Not gonna bother making them right now because we don't really need it. But it's good to see that that's not, like, exorbitantly expensive. We didn't need that lamppost, right? Or that one? Sure, it's fine. I don't know why it keeps placing me facing backwards when I get out of the seat. I guess it's so that you can quickly, like, go running off. But it's not the direction I try to run off in, so it confuses me a little. There we go, there's another level. SMG mag size, damage with pistols, damage with pistols. We don't have an SMG yet. Which, honestly, game, spoilers. You're telling me that there's SMGs in the video game. Oh no. Okay, wow, those medkits do heal a lot. Hungry again. This man, I tell ya. And again, he's got an enhanced body, so I guess it's got an enhanced metabolism as well. So just, like, is devouring everything that gets put in him fast in order to keep the enhanced functionality. That much does make some sense, I guess. Now, I do know there's perks scattered around the world as well. Yes. Oh. I just used the door. Neat, there's actually a working elevator. Look at this. Nifty. Alright. Knock knock. Oh, I can actually fill my canteen with water from the sinks. Makes sense. You'd think I'd be able to just drink from the sink too, but I guess he doesn't want to bend that way. Batteries, great. I needed those for my storage upgrade. M's. I'm glad everybody just happens to have, like, chemicals just laying around everywhere. Which, you know, not exactly unrealistic. Just a matter of they've made the chemicals much more generic, rather than it being a bunch of different chemicals we're turning into more generic things. And, you know, 6 in one, half dozen the other there at the end of the day. Saves the player time, though, when they don't have to be the one who sits there and converts everything. This place was great for finding more ammo, gotta say. I don't know if, like, batteries are convertible into bullets in this world, or if everybody here is just really ready for war. Could go either way with that one. Okay, looks like floor 2 is much the same as floor 1. But a different room. Okay, good. I was worried it was going to be the same layout entirely. So much ammo here. Go ahead and just eat up a bit. We'll sleep once we get out of here. I really need that storage. Weapon parts. Now we talking. It's always exciting. I should probably... Maybe I should ditch some of this heavy ammo. Since we don't have a heavy ammo weapon yet. And we can always use more water. Or weapon parts. I don't know why they've just got weapon parts in their closets, but you know what? I'm happy they do. Because it's mine now. We need to go to sleep. Otherwise our boy here's gonna pass out. I don't know if you'll actually, like, fall asleep out in the field or not. That seems like a risk I don't want to take. Oh, did I come out, like, the other side or something? No, there's our bus. I forgot I didn't park in front of the door. Sir, step away from the bus. There's a lot of enemies just wandering around out here. So sleeping here might be a bad idea, but we are so tired. Let's find out if they actually path to us while we're sleeping.
Diana, I would say no pressure, but any news?
We have a plan. If we disable the towers powering the dome, you can enter the city.
Oh, that's not going to be easy, but I don't have a better idea, so I'll keep quiet. Don't forget, 3 more days.
Oh, that's
Good luck.
right. Yeah, we do have a time limit because they're gonna bomb us if I don't hurry up.
I
Right.
installed this the first time I met the bus driver. It can store your loot, weapons, and utilities. But get this, it will store them even between cycles. So if you want to keep something for the next cycle, just put it in the crate.
The fact that it works between cycles is a little weird, but you know what? That's not to worry about it. It works, so why concern yourself with such things, right? Right. We don't need 18 bandages on us, probably. Not really gonna use the defensive booster anytime quick. Okay. Is there anything else I could quickly make? We can make medium ammo now out of the batteries we have, but I don't have anything that would use... Oh, we can make the Asa now. Which is our first submachine gun. It also uses light ammo, admittedly. So, I think we'll stick to the pistol, honest. We could hack tools, vehicle repair kit. Need a fuel battery, but unfortunately we aren't getting one of them right now. We already have rams, a dash. Can't get pack upgrade 2 yet. I assume I need a blueprint for that. Let's actually go hit that tower then, before we get in trouble. Going the wrong way though. 3-point turn time. Come on. Round you go, old bus. Really thought I could run both of those over. Turns out you can't. And thankfully the towers aren't hard to find. They kind of stick out. Oh, this one's in a compound though. That's gonna be a little trickier than just walking in and taking the thing. That's okay. We live for
Any
danger.
Skopje citizen could repair and refuel their vehicle here for free. Good for us, they still work.
Oh, we'll do that after this then. Free repair and refueling does sound like exactly what we need. Here's the entrance. I think the entrance might have been right next to where we parked. No, there doesn't seem to be an entrance. It's just all blocked off. Maybe I crashed the bus through the wall? That sounds like fun. We can try that. Can I move these barrels? No, the barrels are locked in. There's not gonna be a lot of room to get a lot of run up here, admittedly. That did not seem very effective, but maybe I need more of a run up. No, I'm pretty sure that just doesn't work. So I probably need to find like a way to get over it then, rather than going through it. Unless that opens? That's the only one that looks different. Aha! There we go. Don't know why that broke a hole in it when it's electricity, but it worked. Don't know why those blew up. More damage in general, please. The tower down. Oh, it looks like the bus may have taken a bit of a beating from that too. Yeah, a little bit. Between me slamming it into the walls, trying to break through, and blowing it up, it didn't exactly go great. Howdy, howdy. So far, it's fun. Haven't been at it for too awful long. Good chunk of the early bit of today was on something else. So we've been going on this for about a half an hour. I did not know that, but it wouldn't surprise me if it was based in a real city. It's laid out pretty reasonably for an actual city. But knock him out of the way. There we go. Now, where was that repair spot? Back over here. Put a pin there. Okay. Hence the title, that makes sense. I can imagine. Oh, that doesn't look good. Good thing we're gonna go repair, is I get the feeling that's gonna be bad news for the bus. Didn't quite make it. Come on. Of course. Some things never change. Let's see, how does this work? Probably the button that's out here? Ah, yeah, repair, refuel. There we go. I do know what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm supposed to take out the towers. That's about as far as I've gotten, because I've been just kind of running around getting a feel for things. It does a pretty good job of telling you that that's what you need to do, though I do seem to have lost track of where one of the towers were, but it's fine. I assume the rest of them will make themselves clear as I go. Or at least that's the idea. Okay. That's quite a lot. Yeah, that's the one we blew up at the beginning. This is still the first run. Technically, I had one where I was doing audio balancing and everything, but that's a separate timeline. I didn't really do anything with that one. That was just me making sure everything was in good order. Much appreciated. So I will admit, I probably am not going to be on this for too awful much longer, because I got a lot to get to today. It has been a good time so far. Everything handles pretty well, and there is plans to play this multiplayer with a couple people in the future. Just gotta find a time to set all that up. Which is the other reason why I'm not gonna dive too deep today. This is just to give everybody a sampling of what they'll be getting when the time comes for that. Can't really get across there, but swing up here and see if we can go through this fence. Nope. Fence is very solid. Gonna have to go the other way. Probably gonna get nuked, and you know what? That's fine. Seem to have bottomed the bus out. Come on. There you go. Yeah, it mentioned it pretty early that the nuke was coming. And I think I know what you're talking about there, Lark. Yeah, I forgot to switch off of the PNG from earlier. There we go. Because we did just a touch of Metroid before or starting up, but I was on that for such a short time that I forgot to switch around back to a normal PNG for the day. Yeah. So what we're doing right now has nothing to do with the archipelago, but that's still where the brain issue there came from. Not seeing any signs of any towers near here. There we go. Grab us another level by running that one over. I don't really want any of these that bad. I guess I'll take the medkits because those will at least be useful. I'm not really attached to the idea of using the SMGs, is why I'm like, to the SMG perks that keep popping. We haven't found any of the spots where perks spawn. I did find one when I tested it, but I didn't go running back there to go get that one. Makes sense, yeah. Gives them an idea of what they'd be seeing, plus or minus the monsters everywhere and a crazy man driving over everyone with a bus. This looks like it'll be interesting. I don't know if I can get in here yet, but let's take a look. Does this door? Nope. Probably need to do something else to get in there. Oh, hang on. Gotta eat. Wait. Isn't that water? Can I not eat while driving? Probably can't eat and drive at the same time. Ah. I assumed it was a military base. That much was clear. I am out of food. Oh, that's upsetting. These trucks out here definitely screamed military base. That one can't really get in through there either. Ooh, that's accessible though. Oh, you're a durable one, aren't you? I'll just go ahead and hit you again then. So those guys have, like, electrified weapons, it looks like, so they'll be more dangerous. Yep, definitely more dangerous. Man, shots to the head he took, he's definitely a durable one. That one less so. Blueprint? Getting really lucky on just happening to find those so far. Really need to find some food soon, though, otherwise we're gonna get real hungry. This pistol's very easy to keep on target. Like, it's got a little bit of kick, but not a lot. Give me that. Assuming most of the supplies are gonna be inside. That's fine. That's kind of to be expected a little bit, I would say. So based on everything you're saying, I'm assuming you're one of the ones that worked on this? I'm terrible with names, so if I was supposed to recognize your name immediately, I apologize. It's like... Unless... I probably can get in here, because that's probably why this light's blinking. Yeah, that's understandable. Ooh. This is like a full bunker, looks like. Let's see about what we can get in here, then. Oh, this is a player revive location. Interesting. Ah, okay. That's fair. Always good to have people looking out for or what you're doing. Not a drop of food here, though, huh? That is a shame. Can't eat fabric. As much as some people could in a dire enough spot. Oh. Off to greener pastures it is, then. Yeah. This upgrade... faster with melee weapons, probably. Rude. I saw him before I activated the menu, but I'm like, nah, I can get away with it. It'll be fine. Little did he know, he could not, in fact, get away with it. I would sleep, but that'll make the hunger issue even worse. Let's have a look at the maps. See what I see. Yeah, we're a little too far out in the middle of nowhere for food to be too likely to find. Yeah, I know. Very hungry now. Probably swing back over this way. Probably be able to find some food over in this general vicinity. That would make sense. I got distracted by the lure of goodies. That's kind of what I was assuming, yeah. So the last apartment building I was in had basically nothing but ammo in it, and it was a lot of ammo, which was great, but doesn't help the food situation. As you can see by the current state of my ammo, I drained through all that already. Yeah, for the most part. Yeah, that's how it usually goes with this kind of thing. It's like, everything, nothing, everything, nothing. I do kind of wish the pins would auto-disappear when you arrive at them, but it's fine. So based on the amount of time that's left, I'm probably going to just end up getting nuked at this point, which is fine. There we go, energy bar solves all of that. What we'll more than likely do is just dump everything in storage here in a moment, so it doesn't get lost. Take a look around here first. Missed. Missed again. We could probably stand to shoot a bit faster, honestly. Being greedy now. Being really greedy. So about that whole dropping things off idea. How about we do that now before I do something silly? Just like drop off everything just about. That was a bad time to reload. We'll have to pipe our way to victory now, but that's okay. Yeah, that's why it's all in storage. Can't hurt to stock it up till we actually get something that uses it. And worst case, I'll ditch it when I run out of space and have things I actually want to put in there. These are breakable. Huh. More you know. These guys aren't that bad to take out with the pipe, honestly, anyway. The guaranteed stagger on that heavy hit is honestly proving to be really nice. Yeah, we'll probably play this out till the nuke falls, and then we'll move to the next game that I got lined up. It'd be kind of fun if you could take more cars as well. Just start picking up whatever cars so that in multiplayer, multiple people could just be driving around in their own things. But then that would make it very easy for people to lose track of where their bus is. And then, you know, there's also the fact that the bus is kind of special. So wouldn't want to lose that too much. Heavy ammo. More heavy ammo. Metal, that's good to see. I think I was already in that one. These storage containers have been very beneficial, but not in the ways that I needed them to be. Not everything needs to be turned into a quip, it's fine. Oh. No use picking that up at this point. I think we've exhausted the worst of the usefulness of this place. I guess there's stuff left here, probably. Am I gonna worry about gathering every little scrap of it right now? Not really. Going the wrong way to get back to my bus, though. More or less, yeah. There's some extra bits to it than that, but that's the short version. Oh, that guy's gonna be an issue. I don't want to hit him with a pipe. That would end really poorly. But nothing to be had here, huh? Ah, that's what I was hearing. Seems like... Well, I don't know if they're dead to begin with or not, but... Mostly enhanced people with mechanical parts. Modded to hell and back based on the way they were described so far. Bus is this way. Now that I've done a loop around. Though our current biggest threat is going to be the fact that we're going to get nuked by the military here in a couple days. Well, that's why I didn't say whether they were alive or dead. I didn't want to just go straight to the zombie assumption. True, but that's what most people will assume. the second that word is used. Oh, apparently that zone's been cleared. There you go. More defense. Increased accuracy, sure. Haven't really been having an accuracy problem to begin with, but it can't hurt. Increased damage. There we go. Now, is there anything I want to change about what's in the box here? Probably not. This is fine. We are still starving to death, but, you know, that's just going to be our life. This area doesn't seem like it's going to be beneficial in terms of food. Technicalities there, but yeah. They're in terms of thought process, arguably dead, but in terms of still being functional alive. There's a lot of back and forth you could have on that concept. I don't know why I'm checking the toilet for food. Just goes to show how hungry I am at this point, I guess. But it looks like they've eaten most of their food. There's a can on the floor, though, we can use to get out of the worst of hunger or nightmare. I can drink that energy drink as well here in a second. Or weapon parts. We'll pick up the heavy ammo for the moment. This sure is a room that exists. More heavy ammo that I don't need. Hooray! So much water. All of the water. None of the food. Should be another, right? Nope. No other accessible rooms here. There we go. We'll just energy drink our way back to being rested for the moment. I would have to take your word for that, because honestly, I don't remember any of that well enough at this point. I have not interacted with that series in quite some time. I'm outside of the occasional dip back in. That would usually be for, like, not even an hour. Nor did I ever really pay attention to the lore with that to begin with, because it's not really what it's there for, necessarily. Like, you can get into it, but eh. That was definitely one that had other priorities. Those. Eat those. There we go. Now we're no longer about to drop randomly. Oh, we wouldn't die from it anyway, I don't think. It would just leave us really vulnerable. Pay no mind to the glitching shadows, by the way. Seems like on the lower setting, the shadows just kind of freak out a little bit sometimes. Nothing new there, really. Yeah, we're basically gonna keep going on this life until we either die or the nuke gets dropped on us. That's on day 8. There it goes. It can be a little hard to tell that you actually made it to the bottom. keeping my eye on the skyline in the hopes of finding more of the towers that we need to be destroying. Which honestly, they had me motivated toward these towers enough by the fact that they give you a free perk. Rather than necessarily worrying about bringing down the dome to not die, but you know. Gotta be able to find them though. I wouldn't be surprised if this is not necessarily intended to be done in one go. Your first time through, though. 'Cause there's the big one, but obviously that's the big one. Battery's also gonna die in this van here in a second. We're almost back to the recharge. Let's focus on getting to that. There it is. We should barely be able to make it here. There we go. Gotta love a place that offers free repair and free refueling, eh? Of course, now it's day 7, which is not great, because that means there's 1 day left before the nuke drops. But yeah, that's kind of the thing I was getting at there, where they lose all self-preservation and basically 90% of all other functions. So they become just kind of functionally one-note concepts. Like, it becomes a real debate as to whether you can call that a living thing anymore, just because it's up and moving around. Alive is still a stretch. Like, at the very least, and I would say there's a strong debate as to whether they would be sentient at that point anymore. Like, they'd be walking the line to no longer qualifying for sentience. Oh, there's another one of those walkers. Not that attentive, apparently, though. Just didn't pay any mind to the bus at all. Much as I would love to fight one of those, I'm pretty sure my little pistol ain't up to a scratch for that idea. We'll stick to the if he's not bothering me, I am bothering him plan. Now, the biggest problem you'd have, though, with waiting them out like that is making sure you don't starve before they do. Right. That's why I was saying that it was more of a sentience line than a... Yes, they have functioning beating hearts. This is why amended statements exist, is to correct the fact that, yes, it was not a completely accurate answer. Okay, so they got one of those walkers here, too. I wonder, though, can I just get away with doing this? Da-da-da-da! Fast as you'll be, you'll never catch me! Well, they're all contained to just one city, so... nope, I can't open that without the danger being removed. Never mind, that plan doesn't work. Ah! Funk. Funk. Yes, you'll be, you'll never catch me. Funk. Oh, those are gonna catch me, though. Woo! The fact that sometimes they don't stagger is an issue. I don't think I have enough ammo for the big boy. But I got everybody else. Honestly, it depends on how these things function, and we don't have enough information on that to be like, yeah, these things won't keep going for long or anything. You know what? The bus has a lot of health. Get him! That did not work. That did not work at all. What if I ram him again? Ah! Ah. That does not seem to be resoundingly effective, though he's not that effective against the bus either, which is kind of hilarious. You know what? I've got a cunning scheme. Gonna involve luring him over here. Is there something I know about these cars that he probably doesn't? That didn't work. That car was supposed to explode because that's what they do when you hit them hard enough. That one apparently I didn't hit hard enough though.
This is where Gregor dumps all his toxic and radioactive material. This zone has been the reason for a lot of arguments between Gregor and Vespa.
Huh.
She's okay. But one lost friend at a time.
Fear the power of public transportation. I don't even know if the car exploding would have actually hurt that thing enough to destroy it, even if it was on top of it. It was just a fun idea. Sir? Thank you. Sure. Increased weapon accuracy. I should probably heal, huh? That'd probably be a good idea. I'm gonna see if I can find some ammo here and then go back to deal with the big boy. Since our gun is currently just for show. Hey, look, ammo. Ask and ye shall receive. I could make ammo too, but, you know. Why make what I can steal? It's all just laying around here. It's not like anybody else is gonna use it. These guys certainly don't understand how to use it anymore. Okay, that should be enough if it's gonna be done with anytime quick. 2 full clips will have to do. This way we can at least get one more cleared out. Oh yeah, there's the electromagnetic pulse that'll come off of a nuke as well. Not to mention, if the city is completely gone, they can clean up whatever remnants are left anyway. Radiation from it won't really matter too much, but you know. Well, this was a choice. That's okay, I can drive on the wall. Self-riding bus for the win. Besides, it would be bold of you to assume that they really thought this whole nuke the city plan out enough. This could easily just be a situation of like, oh, hey, we got a problem. You know what? We're just gonna nuke it. Because that's how we solve problems. Oh, there's a lot of you around, huh? Okay, yeah, if he's in the middle of an attack animation, he can't be staggered, it seems to be the thing. This just in, 2 clips? Not in fact enough. I figured shooting it in the green spot would be the best spot to hit it, other than the back. Turns out, that is not in fact enough. Hold that thought, evil giant robot. I'll be right with you. I'm just making enough ammo to hopefully kill you. Look at him waiting out there so patient. What a gentleman. suppose I should make this a little bit more of a fair fight then, if he's gonna be that patient. Dum dee dum dee 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 dee. There we go. No, not the crate door. So I guess with the speed we have now, it really isn't a fair fight, because I can literally just circle strafe the poor thing to death. There he goes. Oh, no you don't. You're not blowing me up after I dealt with the battle mech. No. There we go. We did it. Oh, there's just another one over there. Huh. What do you know? Actually, yeah, let's keep taking accuracy perks, because that'll help us in the future. It may not matter for the pistol right now, too much, but the accuracy perks will probably help for things like the SMG later. If I decide to make that. Though at the rate I'm setting my ammo on fire with the pistol, I'm certainly not making an SMG that uses the same ammo. Dash speed, I guess. That dash that I'm not using because it involves double tapping. Yep, they sure do have a lot of radioactive goo here, huh? And just think, they're gonna nuke this place and it's gonna get even more radioactive around here. Isn't that great? Isn't that what everybody wants? Honestly, with the things this bus has already gone through, part of me's like, no, the bus will live through the nuke. It'll be fine. Admittedly, me in the bus may not live as well. There we go, get us another level. I mean, depending on how you spin it, this whole thing could be spun that way. Go ahead and fix up the bus again. So I have no reason not to just use these free repairs. Now, do these teleports teleport the bus here, or do these teleport the bus elsewhere? Gas station is already working. Oh, I need to wait for the electricity to stop. Missing resources. Oh yeah, I don't have the batteries on me. You know what? I'm over that idea. I thought about it, and I'm now over it. We found a tower there. I know there was another tower somewhere in this vague vicinity. And I do mean this vague vicinity, because we got a ping for it, but it didn't stay. Unless it was this one. Which it might have been. But we're on the night of day 7 now, I think, so we're about to get nuked, I'm pretty sure. So I would assume the second day 8 starts is when the nuke drops. I have the perfect plan. We'll outdrive the nuke. I'll just drive so fast it can't possibly get us. That's totally how this is going to work.
I tried, but they won't listen. Even Magarin is blind. I'm sorry. I bought you as much time as I could.
Don't worry, Generale. I know you tried. We have all the time in the world. See you next time, Pioneer.
Yeah, because we won't actually die completely from this. We'll just come back and go back to when this started and do it all over again. We actually see it? Oh, yep, there it is. Gotta go! Gotta blast! Nope. What do you know? Couldn't in fact outrun a nuclear blast. Myth busted. You cannot in fact outrun a nuke. But as a reminder, this was a key given to me through the service Lurkit. So there is the store page for the game. Once again, if any of you are so inclined to take a look at it for yourselves. The game is fully out. It came out last week, I want to say. Yes, November 7th. So just over a week ago. And yeah, I got an achievement for getting blown up by a nuke. I think I got more than radiation poisoning there. Just a thought. The whatever particles are left of me, though. Oh yeah. You'll still die anyway. You'll just die later. And you'd probably be happier if you just sat and got vaporized. Because dying from radiation poisoning is not fun. This just in, radiation poisoning sucks. Taking a quick look at the tracker to see if anything cool got sent to us in any of our games before I carry on.